start a little bit of loosening. That's on the vertical. And side to side. Rotation. And just waiting inside and outside. Just swinging through the body, so release through the knees. Swing the arm down. Okay, for the hips, moving side to side. Let the arm touch the shoulder. Nice and close. So. And the shoulders, which is open front and back. And let the body really open out to the sides. So just one way, all the way to the top. And let it drop down. And change direction. Okay, just let me swing front and back. And then just start to arc the movement away. Start to work with figure of eights. Just do a little bit of Kokyu work. So just in a kind of neutral position here, hands slightly raised, just sink down and find the ground this way. And just raise back this position and just pick the other side this way. So just practice really sinking the feet, sinking into the feet. Really work on this kind of spiral through the hands. So feel this kind of open position. I'm just going to kind of spiral down the ground. Here. There. You find this kind of open, neutral, and just sink down to one side. Just try and coordinate everything so the hands and the feet kind of sinking together. Good. Good. You see, from this position, you can also really keep the width in the body. So get a kind of sense of width here. See if you can all the way down, kind of maintain this sense of width, and just basically transfer into a spiral. But try basically not to kind of close off the shoulders. So keep the sense of being open. Also in the hips too. So there's a sense that the feet are open, hips are open, and just spiral down into the hands. So keep a sense of this kind of left and right direction. It tends to get lost on the way. Just keep it open. That's it. Good. And then just really working this front and back. So rotating in it, keep this kind of open position, and closing it. Roll to the back, press it. So we're now working the feet. And a bit more engaging now with the hips. Really engaging the front hip. Stabilizing through the back. That's good. Nice. Oh. Good. And then just open it out into a tenkan, so just rolling from the back foot. And in this case, just change sides each time, so just drop the weight down. Roll through, and just find this position here. Now really focusing on really the spiral with the body, so the sense of coiling into the movement. It's nice and flexible in the body. Just again, the sense of the hands pressing with the feet. Just have the sense of really entering into a spiral. In the ground and out through the hands. Yes. That's it. Nice. And then just working with a full entry, so coming in, and down. Give you the sense of oiling through. Nice big rotation. Nice. Okay, so we just go to Tiny Hinko. So just coming to this position, there's one movement, nice and solid, grounded here. And then from this position, just press forward with the hands, coming to this position. And dropping the hands, you're on the other side. Just coil through the body, and then press through with the hands this way. And then just drop down. Find this kind of neutral on the ground. And find this spiral. Good. And just working with Morotedori. So just do this in kind of two spirals. One spiral in, really focus on the Kokyu here, and then spiral the hands, keeping the hands really alive through the move. So just in two moves, spiraling in and spiraling down. And let's go. I guess this Kokyu variation. So I'm still working with Morotedori, coming to this position, and then here taking a little bit of an angle out to the side, really rolling through, like slicing through, and then with the backhand coming in and pressing through this way. Just in a real basic way. Coming to here, slightly off at an angle, slicing through, and rolling through with the backhand. In the sense of a kind of ring. You've got a kind of downwards Kokyu this way. So the palms face down, and then this one comes in also. The kind of low Kokyu movement. Nice. Good. And then in a fluid way, so you come to here, and in this case, just roll straight back into a tenkan. So really bringing the back leg through, swinging the body out, and both hands now come up, and then swinging down, rolling through with the body this way. Got this kind of double arc through the body, raising up, cutting out, and throwing to the back. So nice big movement. Rolls up, cuts out, and then you throw through this way. Nice. Okay, good. And then a slightly different one. This is the same entry, so you come to this position here. And now rather than opening this out and coming through this way, what you do is open this movement out and you coil in this way, so right to the back here. So imagine in this case, you've got the person coming in, roll, and then what I want to do is wrap them up here, this way. And then this arm's coming above the head, a little bit like an Ariminage. But in this case, it's rolling to the inside. So I'm trying to show step by step, because here, and then the position where you cut, you swing the body in, wrap around, and then press through this way. Just kind of follow this front arm. So you do this, this, and then this through, kind of wrapping the person up. So you notice just by focusing on the front arm, wrap up here, swing in and turn to the back. And from here, just press through this way. Through here. That's it. Yeah. Tricky. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. The other way you can imagine this is with the backhand. So the feeling in with the backhand is to take the back of the neck and draw it down into the ground this way. So you can also imagine the backhand rolling, and then I want this arm to basically twist the person out, and then I want the backhand, in this case this one, to roll in, take the back of the jacket, and then draw them down into this position. So just emphasizing how the backhand coming through, under, and then the backhand draws them down this way. So you can even take them really to the ground with this one. You've got this position, and the backhand now shoots in, takes the back of the neck, and draws them down. In the same way that you do in a riminagi. So, yes. So. So. That's very good. Okay, good. And I just play with Shihonagi. So this one's a really dynamic form. They come in both hands Morotedori. The first one come inside, so come off the back leg. You're basically raising the hand up through the middle this way. As it comes, as the grab comes in, you basically raise up in the middle, bring the front foot in, and then curl the body out this way. This way. And then you're taking that hand here, pressing through, and then finding the throat down here. This one goes to the inside, back leg comes in, so raising up here, this way, and then cutting to the back, this way, and then you cut through for the shin, this way, right to the ground. That's it. So it's back foot, front hand takes, this way here, and then cutting down. Cut across, and down to the ground. That's it. That's it. And just in this case, really put the focus into the feet. So basically, where the weight needs to be in the feet for the movement. So this first one's really planted in the front foot. So this foot's stepping in, but this foot's really the base of the move. This, and then as you swing out, this foot's going to really ground this movement, and this stays all the way really grounded in this foot, so that you can make this swing through the body. So this, and then this lightens this foot. Yeah, so pressing through and then cutting in. And the back foot's really the ground for the cut, and then this way down. So just really focus on where the weight is placed in the body, in the feet. The first one's really here in the back foot, and then really grounding this foot that you step in with here and swinging through it. You really get a sense that the hips going to cut across, stepping in, and then really grounding the back for the cut down this way. Just really focus on this kind of compressions in the feet as you do it. And let the hands just kind of follow the movements of the hips. That's good. Good. Okay, and then you've got the opposite hand, so you're going to go to the outside now. Basically with the tenkan, out to the back this way. So now the back leg swings out and press the arm up this way. So now the arm's doing this kind of arc, rather than before it was doing this and then this. This time it's going directly this way into this position. So it's going to take it, wrapping the arm from below this way, wrapping it this way. And then from here, this is where you find the slice and the entry of the tenkan. A little bit easier, I've got to go right from the back foot this way, directly across. You feel the whole body swings out, slices across, and you find the technique here. Yes. Yes. That's it. You just play with these now. So you've got these kind of inside-outside entries. You've got the Shihonage move, so coming down, finding the technique here. You've also got this entry where I can just come against the elbow, so coming to here, drawing it out, and then with the backhand just entering in here to the back. And the other is a really longer movement, coming down, opening it out, and then really stepping to the back. And this is where you're taking the Reminage here. So just kind of open these movements out a little bit, just play with them. We've got rolling through here. This movement stays the same, so I either do this and go through for the Shihonage here, or you go through for the elbow here, or you step right to the back and you find the Reminage down this way. And just play with these kind of two entries. So just play this first move coming in and slicing across. Just imagine really like sword work. Don't worry too much about the kind of hands or the details here. Just a sense of moving in, raising and slicing. And then from here, just have a sense of coming through with either of these three movements. And just really try and relate it into the sword work kind of idea, slicing through and then yeah, just take a bokken. So just try these entries. So we'll start with the first one. The first one's a bit easier because there's a bit more movement to it. So in this case, you're going to step with the back leg. Just keep the right side forward to start with this guy. So just roll in and slice to the back. And just have the sense of opening out. So not really focusing on the sword, just really on the body work. So the sense of the feet and the hips. And kind of slicing, opening out. Just like the kind of slice kind of follow through. So don't worry about the kind of is a kind of force. Don't worry about the force of it. Just look at the kind of quality of the move. It's kind of drawing through, as if you're kind of dragging the tip of the sword through the move. So a little bit like when we do the Barai move with the Jo. So just roll in, slice the back. Just practicing right side. It's a little bit easier for the handwork. So you just try and focus on the center, the hips, and the footwork. And use the sword really as a kind of guide for the movement. That's it. That's it. Good. Oh. Yeah. And just work on this very first move. So what this needs is a kind of flexibility in the handwork. So what I want to in either the empty hand or the sword work is a sense of being fixed with the sword, or kind of fixed. So that this kind of connection is really kind of rigid. So it's in a sense like this, but what I want is actually something kind of flexible. So the center and the hand are kind of working together and moving together, but not fixed together. And this is a kind of distinction that's kind of needed, especially with the sword. I don't want the sword to just kind of be stuck to the hip. So just work this very first moment, just as you step in, and just create a sense of flexibility with the bokken. So this, and it's actually really feel the movement's really coming from the ground, and you can keep the hands nice and loose, and just really look at a kind of flexible connection from the sword to the hips. And then when you feel it's kind of rich, flexible, just start to increase the movement. Keep it nice and slow, as if you're doing it through some kind of thick, like a kind of thick treacle, like it's being dragged through. Yeah. Which really needs the center behind it. What you're looking for is the center to be behind the sword, and not just kind of locked in together. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And just try this exercise, this does both sides as well. So have the sense that it's almost like on the spot, just stepping in and finding the movement, and then releasing it, stepping and finding the movement. As if you're just kind of dragging the sword across. Just kind of simplifying this movement, taking the rotation out of it, just so you can focus on the connection between the hands. So just this. We're really trying to work on the connection so that the bokken gets dragged behind. That's, keep a real sense of flexibility in the movement. That's, and you can also do this with the hands. So the center is just the hands again work together with the hips, and again it's that the center leads the move, and the hands follow. Center lead, hands follow. Center lead, hands follow. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, good. And do the same with the kind of with the outside rotation. So in this case, the same. Just work on flexibility. So there's a kind of flexibility with the hands. Now this is hard because the rotation is really direct. So in a sense, I need to again create a sense of flexibility within the system. So just have a sense of the connection here, and then just release it to the back. You can also do this kind of side to left and right, just drawing the jaw across this way, and then come into here, just dragging it across. And again, I want the sense that the hips got this kind of coil to it. So have the sense really of entering into a coil with the jaw, with the walking. Again, it's very similar to these kind of moves we make with the jaw. Just with a bit more sharpness. That's. And then just increase the movement out again. So you're going to go to the full 10 count. So still with the sense of flexibility and rolling it right across. And then just changing the posture, coming to here, rolling it across. So as you see, it's the same move, but it's a little bit more compacted now. So go straight into this coil. Straight into the coil. That's. And again, you can do the same with the hands, just the sense of this. Coiling across, coiling across, coiling across here. So I just want now the front hand to coil in straight away. This. Good, and then just work with this second move. So really, this kind of the Shihonage movement from it. You've got this kind of slice out here, and then follow through the body. And in this case, just slightly open this out to basically apply it to the bodywork a bit more. If you do this movement with the sword, it's a bit more direct. The slicing across turns the back and cutting. But in the case of the bodywork, slightly opened out. So to relate it a bit more to the bodywork, you're slicing out, following through, and then slicing all the way here. And bringing the sword basically to the ground. So I have the sense a little bit more applied to the bodywork. Slicing out, coming through, and then slicing to the rear this way. You can do this left side, right side. Slice through, here, and down. A bit more of a sense of cutting through the back. That's it. Good, and then just play with these two movements. So they've got this slice and then they're entering with the Shihonage. So you can roll into the back, slice in. And then the key now is just try and connect this move into the hip. Into the hip. Into the hip and throw through this way. So try and make this one movement. So you've got a rotation into the front, inside slicing through, and then coiling in this way. We've got a movement that's from the back. This way. So just play with these two. Basically, got left and right, front and back in this case. Front foot or back foot. There. Just try and glue it all together. That's yeah, good. 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 And again, just switch back to the hand. So just play with the handwork. Roll in. And again, just really trying to connect the handwork and the hips. Coiling through. Don't even really worry about the grab. Just really focus on the connection. I just want the hands to start to follow the hips. Follow through here. So don't even worry about trying to get in the Shihonage grip. Just focus on the movement between the center and the hands. Looking at both left side, right side, and inside, outside, front foot, back foot. However you want to look at it. There. No. Yeah. then just again play with the bucket or whatever you've got. Just again play with these moves so you've got the sense of coiling out. You've got the basic, which is a kind of shigonagi coming in this way. And then just kind of open the movement out a little bit and look for different things. So slide into the back, cutting across, maybe coming here. The sense of cutting through for the elbow. Or play with the kind of shigonagi coming in, rolling through, and pressing down. Basically play with the bokken a little bit. Kind of forget it's a bokken, just play with different kinds of movements. Really look in a sense of coiling into the ground, slicing through the body, coiling into the ground this way. Really play with it, open it, and really play freely with it. Yeah, good. Nice. Okay, good. Last thing, just last minute or so, just play with basically one hand, one side, one hand, and just play with different kinds of rotations again with the front hand. So just play with different rotations coming in, rolling through, and coming through this way. Just play with different kind of kokyu work with the hands. Rolling through here. You can think in terms of techniques or just in terms of movements, but just roll through. Coil in, find something and just continue it. But just one-sided, one hand. Coiling in, coiling over. Nice. Good. And then last minute, just play freely with both hands. So just play with any kind of movement you like. And just play with the hands kind of, again, communicating spirals with the center. Play with these patterns we've done. Or just move into anything you like. Nice and high. During the last 20 seconds or so, just play with, think about Suero as a Kokyu mode. So just basically thinking again, basically where we started, so looking for the hips and communicate to the hands. Start with a kind of soft connection, keeping the center low, dropping it down, and coming through the spiral. Just nice and light. Drop it down. Keep it nice and soft. In the center, kind of doing it through kind of thick suction. Only this. Sinking down. Good. Sinking. Yes, and sinking. And as much work in the feet, if not more, than in the hands. Even though they're not moving, they're really active. That's it. That's it. Good. Great. That's it. Good. Okay, we'll stop there. Very good. Find out. Wait. Domo. Arigato. Domo.